Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another crypto video. And today I am really excited to share with you guys a lot of stuff about Ripple, XRP, but also just general daily crypto news stuff. As you can see, we got some billionaire and Polkadot, Dogecoin, more billionaire and Algorand stuff coming up as well. So stick around, stay tuned, and make sure you are subscribed for more daily crypto news. All right, first of all, I saw this and I instantly want to question you guys about it in the comment section down below. This person, Noati Crypto, says XLM and XRP is the government's only out when the US dollar goes to zero. This is a very loaded question, and it really comes down to the question of, do you believe that the government is eventually going to get into XRP or has to? And do you believe the dollar is going to zero in the shortest of times? Now, about the latter, I do believe that the dollar is in a really unstable point, and I do believe that piece by piece the dollar will keep crumbling. However, the question that I cannot really answer for you all is if XRP is going to be the remedy to all of that. Then again, what we have covered a couple of times before is how the XRP price could crazily pump if a scenario of a dollar going down will ensue, which again might be inevitable. David Schwartz shared this over on his Twitter. Given the increasing popularity of issued assets on the XP ledger and the various airdrops going on, it's probably a good idea to remind people that the XRP ledger permits issuers to freeze assets that they issue. If you choose to hold an asset that someone has issued, unless they have disabled this feature, they can prevent you from transferring the asset other than destroying it. And they can also unfreeze after a freeze. This is a powerful feature that permits the XP ledger to be used to represent and transfer value, or more importantly, legal obligations. And legal obligations can be frozen by actions outside the ledger, such as court order, and the ledger needs some way to represent those external actions. But before you think of an issued assets as behaving like a cryptocurrency, make sure you've checked whether or not the issuer has disabled freezing. If they haven't disabled it, their issued asset isn't actually a cryptocurrency-like. Nobody issued XRP, so XRP can never be frozen on the XP ledger, but all assets other than XRP are issued, and their issuers can freeze them unless they've irrevocably given up that right, which you have to check out for. If there is a project that is not forthcoming and honest about this, please call them out and ask them to give up the ability to freeze if it seems like this was just an oversight on their part. Also, the issuer can abandon an asset entirely, preventing anyone from using it, and this can be done temporarily or permanently. Currently, the only way to give up the ability is to abandon the issuing account by setting its regular key to 0 and disabling its master key. But I don't think the majority of projects will do that unless they are really real, which they are not. As I've said before, guys, and now the CTO of Ripple has come to the aid here to basically state it as I always do. A lot of these projects on the XRP ledger are not meant to make you money, are not meant to be a net positive to society. They're meant to steal or grab the majority of what they can from XRP community, XRP holders, whatever. And so what I would suggest is the following, right? Now financial advice. Take whatever airdrop you can and sell it. Maybe slowly, but surely sell those coins. Why am I saying that? Well, because if nobody buys them, the price will not appreciate, and the people finding these things will not continue to do them. That is not always the case, though. If you actually see something which you believe in, fine, stick around with it. Go for it. Don't let me stop you. But I am mostly talking about these newer projects which are launched purely to make money on you, and the same thing goes for NFTs. If they give you an NFT away for free, by all means hold it, by all means keep it, but I would say sell it when you get the opportunity to, because I've had at least 100 people come into my comment section saying, man, I just got myself hands on an NFT or this or that, and all of a sudden, boom, not liquid anymore. You can't sell it anymore because nobody wants to buy it. So I have so many stories, man. If you just listen to what I say about these things, guys, you'll really learn a lot, all right? I have a lot of stories about this, and I speak to so many people in the crypto space, you wouldn't believe it. Talking about speaking to people, I want to really set up an interview with David Schwartz. Not sure I'm going to get it done, though. One thing that we have set up is another amazing interview, if you ask me. I asked on Twitter, because of our previous live stream, hey, John Deaton. If you don't know who John Deaton is, do your research, right? He's the founder of Crypto Law, but also a very key person in the Ripple v SEC lawsuit. He's been putting a lot of work into it. And I asked him, hey, John, in Crypto Law, would you be interested in joining one of my live streams to talk about the Ripple v SEC lawsuit? Pretty please. And, well, he replied and said, yep, I would. And actually, a fun story. We had a conversation about half a year ago to get a little live stream going together or a video together. However, it never came. Not exactly sure why. I think he stopped replying to me, but yeah. All in the past now. We're going to get this done, and I'm crazy excited for it. So I really appreciate that he took the time, or at least is going to take the time. And let's hope that that we get to a conclusion this time around and really get this done. That would be amazing, guys. Because then I can finally start asking about, hey, what is the next step? What are you doing exactly? What about Ethereum? What this, that, this, that? Guys, I'm so freaking excited. You don't even want to know. I could punch some air right now, which I'm doing, you know? I'm punching some air right now because I'm so excited, man. I also, as I said before, changed my setup to where I'm now actually standing. But as I said before, in my top 5 metaverse gems, I'm pretty tall. So my monitor, I have like a couple of different monitors. I put one of them on like 3 different shoe boxes because, of course, I think of moving these things in the middle of the night, and then all of a sudden I don't have like a freaking, you know, a desk that's like 1.70 meters or whatever. I don't know how tall a desk needs to be, 1.50 meters. I only have like small desks, so yeah, little fun side story. All right, that's all the way, that type of stuff. By the way, I'm not really sharing on my Twitter. I wanted to kind of get some little Twitter thing going here. I think there's one fun thing I could share about my Twitter is this one right here. What is BitBoy's insider source saying about the Ripple v SEC lawsuit nowadays? Yeah, I don't know. He realized it was all just voices in his head and stopped making stuff up. I like that one the most. All right, we got a guy, billionaire Ricardo Salinas. He says, forget fiat and buy Bitcoin instead. Always makes me think about how these guys are really a proponent for Bitcoin, but in reality, I think a lot of these guys are going to turn over into XRP holders as they understand. It's, from a certain perspective, a lot safer, but I digress. A lot of billionaires are also just going into Bitcoin as a whole, and it's really positive for the space. The fact that before, the majority of the ones that we'd speak to were like, oh, it's a scam, or oh, it's scary, or this, that, and right now, it's turning mostly into, yeah, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. I mean, I'm pretty happy about the results of what we're seeing in that regard. Polkadot's second batch of parachain auctions are now live. See the participating projects. I don't know if you really need to see them, but just know that Polkadot is really going quite rapidly. And from a certain perspective, guys, you got to realize the majority of Polkadot is going to be locked up in not too long from now. And that basically, in my own words, means that Polkadot becomes really scarce. Less Polkadot in circulation means higher prices. People still want to have the same amount of Polkadot. You guys understand? It's really, really positive for the price. The founder of Dogecoin reveals his Doge holdings. Billy Marcus is no Dogecoin will and wants people to quit thinking of him as a leader or representative. He says he just owns about a 220,000 Doge, which is about $42,000 today. I thought this was like a couple of months ago that he said this because back then he already said, hey, I don't have a lot anymore. I take some donations from people who are, you know, really, really wealthy right now, or at least made a lot of money, but that's about it. I don't really know exactly why this is coming up again. I guess maybe because right now he started tweeting again, but not exactly sure why he's doing that. Then again, Marcus on Twitter dropped the number in a tweet early today while clarifying his current role with the Dogecoin space. He said he doesn't speak for Dogecoin nor work for the project anymore, but is simply a community member. And so I guess he's just one of us, right? And then billionaire investor Ray Dalio. He says he's curious about NFTs and says Bitcoin is alternative money. I really despise a lot of these investors who are curious about NFTs, not from the perspective that a non-fungible token is a bad thing, because I don't agree with that. I think NFTs are really nice. But a lot of these guys who are getting into NFTs now are doing it to enrich themselves. And again, I kind of think that theory dries up from the perspective that he's already a billionaire. And so for a lot of guys like Gary Fee who are making a lot of money on NFTs, I'm thinking, well, these guys are on the lower spectrum. You know, maybe have a couple tens of millions or hundreds of millions, but they're not the billionaire status maybe just quite yet, and they can get there through NFTs potentially. But with a multi-billionaire investor like Ray Dalio, I'm thinking, nah, he's not going to steep so low where he's going to go for some NFT schemes to make a couple $1 million. I don't really think so. So from that perspective, if he's saying he's interested in NFTs, I can see it as a good thing, you know, because they're thinking about the actual utility of it all rather than just having NFTs for the sake of making money. At least I think about it. Because he's again just calling it all out for saying, hey, I want to get into it. I want to buy it all. And I think it's all juicy stuff. And I think that's a really positive stance as well to see that. And then Algorand, what is it and why is it known as the Ethereum killer? Guys, over on my channel, I have a couple of videos planned. Algorand update, VeChain update, Polkadot update, just talking only about that crypto in a dedicated video. If you guys are interested in that, make sure you press the like button on this video right now so I know. And also guys, subscribe for more daily crypto news updates every single day. But more importantly, just put in the comment section down below what type of videos you'd like to see next, as I'm thinking of doing a whole spree of one little specific dedicated video every single day to, spread the word around about these cryptos. But let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. And I'll see you guys again in another one.